Hi Kitty Winks, welcome back to my channel. My name's Ashley, this is Smoked Eyes and Loud Lips, and here we talk about eyeshadow palettes, lipsticks and everything else in between. So today I'm very excited. I got the Batty Bean Shroud Cosmetics crossover collab, Hallobean. So this is very Halloweeny story, as you can see, but it is autumn in the southern hemisphere. It's freezing cold. I'm drinking mulled wine. I'm wearing jumpers. I'm very much channeling autumn. So why not do a Halloween look in May? What's stopping us? What is stopping me? I mean, look at this colour story. I don't want to blind you with that, but yeah, I'm really leaning into these tones at the minute, obviously because it's autumn here. That's all of the clothing options in the shops. Yesterday I was in this lovely brown cable knit jumper with my hair freshly done, and I'm feeling it at the minute. So I really want to do something with this palette. And so I have gotten 3 palettes from Shroud Cosmetics. This one here was released, it's not a new palette, but it's new to me. It was released in October 2022. There was this one, which is the first Batty Bean Shroud Cosmetics collab, which was It's Freaking Bats, and it looks like this. Beautiful. This colour especially, and this one. But I'm very much leaning into this kind of colour story at the moment. So I'm going to do a Halloween look. Orange and black, orange and black. Oh, actually, let's talk about the... First of all, so satisfying. So goddamn satisfying. Okay, so let's talk about the colour story. So this is Crypt. It is a mustardy yellow. This is Afterlife, which is orange. It's a very burnt orange, but it's multichrome. So it does pick up kind of like this on the shift. This is Ghastly, which is just a... I don't really know what colour that is. Oh, it's just a black. Just a black. It looks like it's got a tinge of blue in it though. This is Woodsboro. A nice nod to Scream franchise, which is obviously a sparkly orange. This is It's Showtime, which is off Beetlejuice, I believe. Which is obviously a lovely swampy green colour. Black Flame. This is a multichrome that shifts from a purple to a green, so your standard multichrome. However, when you lay it down, it's more like a satiny multichrome, so it is slightly different to other multichromes I've used in that colour. It's not as chunky. It's on a black base as well, which I like. And this is Losers Club, which is that rust colour. This is Ghoulish, which again is a multichrome. Yes, it shifts from a blue to a slightly pinky. And this is Wicked, which is like a blacky green colour. Yeah, and that might have a touch of dark blue in it. And this has got a touch of green in it. So those are your deepening shades. So without further ado, let's get stuck into it. I am firstly going to pin my hair back because when I was editing my last video, the amount of times I touched my hair drove me insane. Yeah, it drove us mad, so I don't know how people felt watching it. And my partner was like, is your hair annoying you? I was like, yeah. So maybe you pin it back because you are touching it a lot. I feel like we should start a drinking game. Every time I say so, I think every time I say obviously, every time I say and every time I touch my hair, take a shot and you will be legless by the end of this. You'll not be able to walk. Obviously if it's during the day, probably not advisory. Right, got some brushes here. These are the Spectrum Collection brushes. I've washed all of my brushes fresh. And why can't I find the one that I want to use? Because it should be here. Alright, so first of all, I am going to use Loser's Club, which is this one, the rust colour, on an angled brush. There is a lot of kick up. I'm going to tap that off. I'm just going to have to be gentle with this. And I'm just going to put this in the corner. The payoff is amazing with these shadows. There is a lot of kick up in the pan. So you just have to be careful how you use them and how you apply them. And it's just a little at a time, taking your time. But I think I'm going to do, well, I'm obviously doing it already, a little bit of a kick out of how I'm placing the shadows, so more this way. I have just been sticking to the shape of my eye and I really like it. It's just, it takes away that anxiety of having the shadow like placement blow out far enough and match on both sides, because all you're doing is just sticking to your socket. I'm really enjoying it. Really very enjoying it. But with this one today, I'm gonna wing it out a bit and do it a little bit diagonally. It's a very blustery day today. Beautiful, beautiful autumn day. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. It's cold. It's got a cold wind, but it's really, really lovely. So I'm just going to take a buffing brush and just buff that edge so it's a little bit softer. Now I am going to just bring this up and over like that, just above the crease and through it like that, and then I'm just going to buff back and forward and just soften that into the middle. So I've been watching a lot of Halloweeny films because of the time of year it is. I watched Haunted Mansion for the first time the other night with Eddie Murphy. It's a kids movie. Well, isn't it a kids movie? The main guy, well not main guy, but the guy who's the ghost, hangs himself in the first scene. So it's not a kids movie. It's a family movie, I suppose. I watched that. I've watched Hocus Pocus 2, Fright Night. I mean, that's the newer one. I suppose it's not really autumny. I watched The Curse of Bridge Hollow, which is a Netflix special, and it's got Marlon Wayans in, one of the Wayans brothers. I watched that. So I'm just really down for anything that's Halloweeny at the minute. That's how it feels, all very Halloweeny. I'm even considering putting a petition in to change Halloween in the Southern Hemisphere, because I'm sorry, but it's boiling hot at Halloween in October, and like the ghouls and the witches are not coming out running around when it's 45-degree heat. That might be a bit of a stretch. It's probably not 45 degrees, but it's definitely in the high 20s, and it's humid as fuck. Is he rich like me? So I was watching Angie Nyqvist. Is that how you say her name? I don't know. I'm very sorry if I'm butchering that. I'm going to go in with, I think, this ghastly colour. I don't know if this green is muddy too much with that. So I'm going to go in with this on the same brush and just deepen this outside corner. So yes, I was watching Angie Nyqvist. I need to work out how to say her name. I was watching Angie, And she was, is it Angie or Angelica? I think she calls herself Angie. Anyway, she was saying that she was reviewing a Colourpop palette because Colourpop had asked her if there was anything of their collection that she would want. And she asked for, I can't even remember what the palette was called. It was an older palette that they'd had out for years, I think. So she asked for that. I think I'm going to have to change brushes. That's not quite working. So I'm going to go in with a pencil brush, just a little bit denser, just to build that colour up, because it seems to be lifting the orange as well. Yes, so she was saying that she was videoing with this new Colourpop, not new Colourpop, because she was videoing with the old Colourpop palette, because she wanted to see whether that would be the best palette, like do a review on it. She said it was YouTube suicide to do that, because the algorithm wouldn't like it because it wasn't anything new. But I mean, unless you're getting that stuff sent to you in PR, you can't afford to be keeping up with every single palette release. You're going to have to review what you've got. You can't, yeah, you're going to bankrupt yourself. And also, you need to think about, you know, waste. You're never going to use all of those palettes. That's what I keep telling myself about when I want to buy stuff. I'm like, you're never going to use it all. But then in the same vein, because the makeup does have an expiry date and it is a consumable product, is consumable the right word? Like, it's something you can get use out of, and there's only a certain amount of product, so you could reach the end of it. Is that why we think that way? Because if we were collecting books, for example, music, you would never think, okay, that's enough, I'm never going to listen to all of this. Like, there's not really a problem if I want to buy this much makeup, because, yeah, I'm not going to use it all, but is that the aim, to use it all up? Or is it just to enjoy it until it's no good anymore? I don't know. What's your thoughts? What do you think? I'm trying to blend this ghastly out a little bit with that orange. I think it's working. I am going to put a shimmer, so I do just want to have that kind of orange, like that ghastly to have a halo of the orange around it. And obviously you don't want to have any harsh lines. But I still want that depth. It's a little bit patchy through here. I probably will go on a no-buy at some point, so I can make sure I am making use of what I've bought, and I'm not just buying for the sake of buying and getting FOMO. Because that happens. I think it happens to everybody. But yeah, I really do want to get stuck into the stuff that I have got, because I've got some bloody beautiful stuff, so I want to make sure I do use it. And I just think it's exciting going through your own collection and seeing what you've got. No? No? Do we agree? Alright, so I'm just going to switch and get this black on this side. Oh, ghastly. Not black. Midnight. A midnight colour. That's what it is. A midnight colour. So I forgot to mention in my last video, I got myself a microphone. So the sound's definitely better and has improved, which I'm happy about, because that was really bugging us, the sound not being great. There's definitely a technique to applying these mats over the top of each other. I didn't put any eye primer on, purely because I'm having grave issues with eye primer at the minute. It just doesn't seem to want to work for us. So I thought I would just skip it this time round. See, there's a very distinct not on this eye, not on this eye, but on this one. On the good eye, this is a good eye as well. What's that about? I think what I should have done was lay that dark down and then blend it out with the orange instead of laying the orange down and then putting the dark on top. That's what I should have done. To be honest, I do love it when a palette gives us an education. You know, it's good to learn from things. Alright, so I am now going to go in with this Woodsboro on the centre of the lid. And I'm going to put an glitter glue on first. Alright, and then I'm going to put that Woodsboro on, which is this one here, the brighter orange. Put that in the centre of the lid here. Ooh. Like that. Now we're going to try and buff some of this Ghastly in with this to kind of get that blend. Oh, I really don't like this. Not the palette, no. It's the eye look. But we will make it work. So I'm going to just put a little bit more of that on with my finger. I'm wondering whether I put some of that black flame candle just here, just to kind of get rid of that line. Am I going to do it? Am I? Yes, I am. That's kind of giving that a little bit more of a blend. I'm struggling. I need to stop making that cat noise. Oh look, it's coming together. It's coming together nicely. I am really bummed to have this muddied out though. I feel like a lot of my videos are just me like, oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. I'm never actually learning from it. I still make the same mistakes. I am going to go through the front with this Crypt colour, which is this one here. Oh, yeah, with this one here. And then I'm going to use this for inner corner. Ghoulish. Pick up some of that Crypt and then run it through here. I can't really see it. You can't really see it. I thought that would have more of a, it would pack more of a punch, you know. I am going to take some of that Losers Club and run it under the eye. Take whatever's left on this pencil brush from the Ghastly, the darker colour, and run it on the outside. I'm not loving this at all. I do not like it. Right, I'm wondering if I pick up some of this on a softer, fluffier brush, but smaller, so like more concentrated, and then give it a crack, see if that works. I can just, it's just patchy. It'll probably look alright once you wax some mascara on, but it'll not be my finest work. I wanted Halloween, and this is scary. I am going to pick up some of that Woodsboro, put it here, and then on a tiny little brush, I'm going to take this Ghoulish, which was this really light colour here, and I am going to put that as the inner corner. Oh, it's laid quite nicely over that Crypt, made it a little bit iridescent. So I think that's it for the eyes. I'm going to come back with some mascara and then we'll do lips and cheeks. Okay, I'm back. For some added Halloweeny drama, I put some of the Glisten Cosmetics mascara on. So I started with the white, and then I topped with the orange on the bottom lashes only, and then black mascara on the top. I don't know if we've made the look worse, better, unclear at this point. All right, so anyway, we're moving on quickly. Melt Cosmetics, Sandy Cheeks Cream Blush Light. Looks like this, goes on like you have been kissed by the sun. Oh, I love it. It's such a gorgeous colour and it blends so well. Okay. Now I'm going to do a little bit of powder. Tell you what I have been doing. I've got the Makeup Forever powder foundation. That hurt. And then just using this as my powder, just like dotting where I'm getting shiny and just giving that extra coverage. And I really like it. It's working really well. Right, for highlight, I might go in true Batty Bean style and actually use, she normally uses the shadow from the highlighter palette. So I think Woodsboro would be a little bit too ferocious, but maybe if we just go in with the ghoulish a little bit. How cute's this brush? Spectrum Collections from the Winnie the Pooh collection. The best bear in all the world. It's like a little fan brush. This is the reason I got the entire collection, was just for this brush here. I'm obsessed with it. Look at it. Looks like a paw. Looks like a little bear paw. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of that ghoulish as a highlight here. Oh, I can hear the wind blowing through the trees outside. It sounds lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Alright, so also I forgot to mention I put this in my waterline, which I really enjoy. It's a slick waterline gel pencil from Melt, and this is in the colour olive. Looks nothing like an olive. It's like a caramel colour, but it's nice. I do like it. Right, lips. Makeup Forever Free Burgundy. I'm going to line my lips with this, but I kind of shade them in as well. Just lie the pencil flat and just wiggle back and forward along the bottom lip. So it's kind of lining, but then also shading at the same time. I love the smell of these pencils. They smell like actual lead pencils. Here's a story for you. Ritual Defy have got a lipstick, lip sheer called Black Locust, which I covet. Like, I physically have to have it. They do not ship to Australia. They ship to the UK, so I was thinking about getting it delivered to my mum's place and then having it shipped here. It's out of stock. So I did a Google search and to see what would be a dupe for that. And this is what came up. It is Illamasqua and it's Amy. It's a lip tint. I think this might be the Amy Winehouse collection that they came out with. I don't know. And it's like this. It's black and it's like a balm. It's nothing like what I want. Nothing at all. So the hunt still continues. So if anybody has any recommendations about the Ritual Defy Black Locust and what's similar, I think there was a Bobbi Brown one in Blackberry. There might have been another lip sheer from another company, but I just want that one because it just looks, it goes on like a grey, it's weird, it's like a grey brown it goes on, but then your natural lip colour comes through. It's just the most bizarre thing ever, but it looks amazing. So this is just like a balm, just got a slight black tinge to it with a burgundy lip liner. It looks pretty rad. All right, let's see what we got. So this is the finished look. Altogether, I think it looks pretty good. It's not the greatest blend I've ever done. Definitely not. I don't know. I love the colour story. Don't get us wrong. It's absolutely fabulous. I really, really love it. And I think I could make it work. Disappointed by this shade. Didn't pack the punch I thought it was going to. And although these are the deepest colours, I don't know about this one, because even when I swatched it before, it didn't even, the mattes weren't immediately matte. It kind of was like a charcoaly, you know when you put charcoal on paper, it kind of was like that. When I've got a matte, I want it to be matte, like swipe, doosh, done. Like the Nomad formula, for example. But I appreciate that they're not Nomad. The jury's still out on the formulas. I mean, I've managed to make it work, but I'm not sure it's my favourite palette or my favourite formula. In saying that, it's the first use. As I said in my previous video, it could just be me. It could just be the brushes I've used. It could be that I've put something on my eyelids, like skincare that I possibly shouldn't have on there. You know, so I'm willing to give it another go. Looking forward to using this. I'm probably going to do these two at some point. I might do that this week, because I might as well get these fall colours done and out there while we're still in fall. And then I can sort of get a better idea of how I can make it work for us. But all in all, it's not a bad palette. It's not an expensive palette either. I mean, it's slightly more expensive for me because I have to get it delivered to Australia. I'm all sniffly. So yeah, I don't dislike it. I'm still very excited by it. It's just, I'm just going to have to figure out how to use it and what's the best way to use it. Which seems to be the case with every single palette that I seem to get. I'm going to go and blow my nose now because I'm very congested. But thank you very much for watching. Has anybody else got any Shroud cosmetic palettes? I'm really keen to use this one. Can't wait. The Arcana palette, which is what I used earlier this week. That's very much the same sort of like rich jewel tones, very dark, vampy makeup. Had absolutely no issues with them whatsoever. So it could just be a bad day for us. Could be a bad day for the brushes I chose to use. I don't know. So coming up, I've got a new idea for videos. I'm going to call it Eyes, Lips and Cheeks. I'd prefer to call it Peepers, Pouts and Apples, but I'm not sure that anyone would grasp the meaning of it. Basically, it's going to be based on one brand where I believe I hold enough products to create a look on the eyes, the lips and the cheeks. Not necessarily products designated for those areas of the face, but I'm going to give it a good crack. I'm going to start with Melt Cosmetics. So I'm very excited for that, as I have a fair few eyeshadow palettes from Melt that I haven't used yet, and maybe a couple more on the way. Yeah, there was a sale, I couldn't help myself. What are you gonna do? Let us know your thoughts on this palette, on this look. Did you pick this palette up? Did you pick this palette up? Do you have anything from Shroud Cosmetics? Let us know in the comments down below. I'd love to see you again, so think about hitting that subscribe button, and I'd love to have you over on Instagram. I'm under the same handle at Smoked Eyes and Loud Lips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.